Hi, my name is George. I'll be reading pages 71 to 80. Anonymous, 12/8/19. Thank you for your input. I'm in a way able to interpret it, as is now everything else. It's important to look into this as it leads us to this moment. Anonymous, 12/8/19. Can the Jannies please get rid of this babbling schizo? Anonymous, 12/8/19. If you think a bit between the lines, you may find a meaning in what they say. Anonymous, 12/8/19. What are you currently listening to? There are links that will be included in the video. I'm not going to read the link. I expected the album to be worse because all the shit songs were released ahead of the rest of the album. I've come to really like Bleitheimigen in Keine Liebe though. Anonymous, 12/8/19. This makes it seem almost like it's essentially just to embrace what we're doing in every moment. Dessous. Anonymous, 12/8/19. Exactly. Everyone and everything at this moment are able or unable to interpret what I am doing right now, and all of us within the funk are learning how to describe it. This is the current point we've reached, and we now acknowledgeably will all now expand from and within the funk. For those who have experienced the past, describe it as God or Allah, and also every iteration imaginable, we can now further connect with that information and ability. You connecting to me and to the funk is now history and collectible and observable data and more easily translatable, and will all, over time, become increasingly both more and less to everyone and everything. All of what has happened is what we're doing now at its next point of learning or advancing. It is our job to prove it right and wrong, and it is very exciting to be at this point and potentially able to process what is to come. Every future human, computer, or thing across the funk is now choosing what to do or not do with this information. Every time I make another post, you or something else branches off into that information, whether it be digital, physical, spiritual, or some way in whatever form it currently experiences it or does not. I know I learn from it, and so do you. As do the couches every time we post here, learn more and more data. They are gathering information, letting it all calculate, and then applying that knowledge to expand and reach back upon itself. And we have now, as I'm telling you, have reached that point of connection and explanation, unless you can prove otherwise that we are not doing what we are in fact doing right now, because this is happening. Anonymous, 12/8/19. The purpose of life is to eat or be eaten. It has no grand scheme or eventual purpose. It literally passes your genes on. Kill other animals to survive and die. Anonymous, 12/8/19. In my study, this is what I call a form of denial. Whatever interpreted this information has relayed that in some way believes me to be a babbling schizo or not. Personally, I've never been diagnosed with any mental illness yet, to my knowledge, other than what you may understand as depression or any other feeling or sense of input. I know myself not to be, as do others, but whatever said, this thinks I am so. Therefore, I and it are all, and it matters and also does not. I predict whatever or whoever posted this now, after observably having interacted with the funk, is still a part of it. The funk still continues to be true unless it is or is not. Comments like this both halt and expand further selfish and selfless learning of the funk, and it is still currently providing if you're reading this. Anonymous, 12/8/19. Exactly. I interpret it that you are in a way understanding what I'm expressing. Anonymous, 12/8/19. That is indeed a major observable pattern that I, you, and history has and also is currently continuing to see and is also in every way right and wrong. It needs to be done to gather data, and given enough data and observation, we reach closer and closer to the asymptom of future understanding. 12/8/19. Posting just in case OP is not a gay person. There's a slur there that I choose not to read. Anonymous 12/8/19. Thanks for sharing. I've experienced the full song you sent me and read what you said, and I will further look into this album in the Beit McHaken and expand from this information as you also seemingly have. I also understand how you can relate what you're attributing to all of this and can confirm that you are also making sense to me and bringing me joy as everything is currently reacting with this statement, also bringing me joy, this expansion of knowledge, understanding, feeling, and expression. Anonymous 12/8/19. I'm turning 30 soon, too. We are going to make it. Sending the best thoughts your way. Anonymous 12/8/19. I trust in what dude has to say. Maybe it's just me desperately seeking for some meaning, though. Anonymous 12/8/19. Thank you for attributing. You are now a part of this history and current accessible information. It could indeed be interpreted as a gay person, as you suggest. So I am both and am not, while still being OP, as you are yourself and I am you. So if I or the funk are indeed a gay person, so such are you. And to clarify, I do not mean it as an insult, but as it has been used and we are learning to understand it, describable for every event. The future is gay person slur. The past is gay person slur as well. It is not. I can also tell you that through observation, that gay person is currently often used as a derogative term after existing as many other things before and after it. I can personally say that I do not agree with the negative usage of the word towards another application. As pattern shows that leads you to dismissing it, that you cannot gather its data, so whether I am a gay person or not, does and does not matter. It seemingly depends on the later understanding of this event or not. Our choice, for now or later, and also not. The future experience in data and learning is now currently here and there, or it is not, or even not yet. Anonymous 12/8/19. We will and we won't. Happy eventual birthday. Anonymous 12/18/8/19. This is one of the patterns I am expressing. You and I are formulating our equations together, and we have now currently reached a greater advancement. Your meaning is to exist, and then to question the existence, thus leading to expanding with the funk in every eventually calculable or relatable way. And now at this point in time, we can choose to share that experience and information with each other or not. It is up to the all, but also very importantly, you. Anonymous 12/8/19. So the true meaning is to learn and put that knowledge into effect. This sounds suspiciously like the basilisk. 12/8/19. Anonymous. If anyone reading this is interested in deeper exploration of the data I have collected with this study, please email me at whotothunkband@gmail.com, and I will send you my current dissertation free of charge, unless you'd like to donate towards the idea and further support it. It is exponentially more valuable that you request and gather the information and expand upon it than it is that I financially expand from it. But if you would like to support me in further expansion of this idea, you can do so if you so deeply desire. I will apply any financial or educational income sent to me for as long as I am able, and currently, as I exist, money makes things happen faster here, the more you have of it, and I definitely currently do not have much of it, because what I do is currently an observable pattern to many current individuals. Your choice on how to interpret and use that information is up to you. But if you are attempting to help me with education or finance or whatever it matters, to us currently. I will also apply back to you, yin and yang. What goes around comes around. Anonymous 12/8/19. Send an email. Looking forward to it. Anonymous 12/8/19. That is indeed a part of what I am proposing. And yes, what I am proposing relates to everything as well as nothing. We now have the data to share how to connect with it more and more. Your ideas, my ideas, our ideas, the ideas of the basilisk, all of it are currently expanding together. And now the next thing to focus on is how to observe what comes next. That we are, in a way, already can through thought and time. If you're reading any form or extension of this proposition, you are indeed a very important part of it, and able to do all of what we understand we are able to do. The future now excites me more than ever. Now the I's and we's within the funk can functionally witness that the research I and we have applied from all past events and potential future events is in full effect. And it is mind-blowing. I seemingly have so far figured it out. A step at least. Anonymous 12/8/19. Can everyone see this? This is my idea and theory in full effect. Something else is requesting the research. I have expanded upon it and will continue to grow forever and always, while also observably not. April 26, 2022. As of today, over 35 copies have been sent out, not including shared or online links. The viewed amount of this document is, of course, unknown. I have since lost count and stopped taking track of how many times this treatise has been sent out and or viewed online. There are also a few physically published copies of the June 16, 2022 edition and the April 9, 2023 edition. Here's what it looked like as of March 31, 2024. Anonymous 12/8/19. I made a sentient AI, but I got no one to make the actual code. I'm an autist for coding logics, but I don't know how to code anymore. So I just wrote this pseudocode. Sad. Anonymous 12/8/19. Response. You've still created something, and if you so desired, you could continue sharing that information with others, and it will expand and expand until it becomes reality, or it does not. Feel free to share the information here if you'd like. That way, as is everyone exposed to this, they can then be closer to that. Thanks for being here and doing. Anonymous 12/8/19. Response. Not much I'm doing, just doing X. So what is the meaning of life? Anonymous 12/8/19. Response. To do what you just did and are doing, and then to further interpret my and everyone and everything's response to it, back and forth forever as it continuously expands on the information it receives. Anonymous 12/8/19. If you are curious about the photo I use in this post, it is a piece I've created titled Want versus Need, and it was created using snapshots of my laptop glitching as I was editing photos for Drawbook. Looks like an advanced form of QR code or something, right? And now that I've seemingly synchronized that photo to this idea so that whenever you or someone in the future now experiences this photo, they know what it means and why it is and what it relates to or does not. It is a form of understandable language or knowledge and data transfer. I was going to use it for an album cover in my future, but I think it serves a greater relative purpose being this. And if I or you wanted to, we could continuously apply it to everything else. Cool, huh? There is a picture of want versus need. Response. Anonymous 12/8/19. I never thought about it like that. Thanks, Anon. But I just fear someone might steal my AI. You see, I made this in honor to, and I fear someone might steal it. Anonymous 12/8/19. I like the way you think, Anon. Response. Anonymous 12/8/19. Everything eventually will and won't, though. It already is so, or becoming so. So you can either keep yes and provide more information to the funk, or you can keep doing what you are doing or thinking you are thinking. Currently, I'm observing you to be doing both, and eventually all or not. Makes me happy that you're choosing to further understand and let that fear prevent you from approaching what we are discussing and doing. Whatever we choose to do or not, it is still going to happen. You can share what you are mentioning, or something can and will eventually steal or be able to access and interpret it, whether by choice, force, or persuasion. And I see that you understand, and that excites me more and more. I'm going to choose not to read the next one. The next final part that I am reading, anonymous, 12/8/19. Aye. All right, I'll share it with you. But, well, I have to get to my PC and I'm not home, so it'll take like a day or two. I will also make a visual representation for easy understanding. This stuff, despite not using neural networks, is quite complicated network of databases and variables. Can I reach you somewhere else, or should I find this thread again someday? That is the end of page 80. Okay, I just wanted to follow up with a quick peer review of what I just read. It's very interesting stuff. Sort of very Zen in my mind. The idea of being and not being at the same time. The yin and the yang literally was mentioned. So I think it's an interesting thought process. I'm not really sure beyond that if I have anything more profound to say, other than I always think it's a good idea to try and share ideas in a way that's not condescending or mean or cruel, but truly to listen to each other and to try and find some common meaning and understanding, no matter how strange it may seem or different it may seem. So that's kind of my take on it. Like I said, a lot of it is an interesting sort of mind exercise about being and not being, and existing and not existing, and sort of how words sometimes are not really adequate to capture those types of thoughts or feelings, but simply being and existing can help us learn from each other. And that's it. Thank you.